Okay.
Is it now? We are.
All right, yeah. All right, hello everyone. I'm Lonnie,
I'm Amberlicious.
I'm Nancy
and we are Untitled Nerd Network,
She's so
brought to
silly.
you by Infinity Flux and your local satanist. And this is the live spoiler-filled
Cartoons on. Hey.
Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom review. We're going to be spoiling the unholy crap out of this movie.
Yep.
Hopefully not going to make it too long because we all have to be up in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually dozed off like 3 times during the movie, but it does not mean anything
I struggled a little
about the quality
bit
of the
myself. I
film.
ain't gonna lie.
What?
I struggled a little bit myself.
I mean, it was a really good movie.
I was
It
busy
was
cussing
just.
the stupid people.
I've been up since 4:30 this morning, and it wasn't really agreeing with me because I was in the heat all day. But the movie was great.
Yes, it was. It was really good.
Just spoilers from here on. If you've not seen the movie and you plan on seeing the movie,
Turn it off.
Yeah, turn away now because we're about to pretty much give away the whole end of the movie. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here we go. Spoiling away. The trailer was very misleading because
Right.
they make you think the entire movie was going to be spent trying to save dinosaurs on the island during a volcanic eruption.
Yeah.
And instead, it's only like, the first third, if that?
Yeah.
And the rest of the movie is them trying to rescue the dinosaurs from the people who stole
The
them.
bad people, yeah.
Yeah.
Because what it was is like they fooled them into thinking they were rescuing them. And really they were capturing them to sell them to people who wanted weapons and this, that, and this. It was crazy. Has it already come out for you guys? Oh, well, yeah.
Yes, and that's premiere night, man.
Yeah.
It's,
This premiere night.
yeah, this is premiere night in the U.S.
But then again,
Actually, that was more crowded than I expected.
I don't know.
For
I
Thursday
guess
night.
I've never been to a movie theater where it's packed on opening night like Infinity War. Like Infinity War was just crazy.
Deadpool
to me.
2.
Yeah.
Oh.
Look,
I don't know. That still wasn't as crowded as I thought it would be. I guess I keep comparing it to Infinity War.
Joseph. He's got his phone turned up freaking loud.
say it. I believe it's coming through on the microphone. Yeah. But look, I'm going to go ahead and get this out of the way. There was a part in this movie that pissed me off that I wish they wouldn't have had in it.
Okay.
And that was the part.
Yes.
Huh? Yep, I wish they would have just deleted the scene and I would have been happy. The part where they're like escaping from the island and they're on the boat and the damn brachiosaur is like standing on the edge and it like gets enveloped in lava and smoke and it's making all those like sad crying noises. I was done at that point. I was like,
pretty upset about that too.
they really drug that out a hell of a lot longer than they needed to, and it made me freaking cry. Like everybody, like the whole row was like,
that's like the first dinosaur.
Yeah, that was really horrible.
yes, it was the dinosaur that they saw when they first got there. I mean, regardless.
This movie really played on to the animal rights movement.
Oh yeah,
Like, they took full
it totally
advantage of it.
spoke to me because that's where I'm at right now. So, oh whatever, I've been there.
I
for a
was
while.
fixing to say, shut up. Just
Like
because you're vegan now doesn't mean you weren't pro animal rights before. Give me a break.
I mean, this movie was like one big animal rights film, really. And then at the end, they had their big moment. Which, speaking of, the big plot twist at the end of this
That
movie
was good.
was the fact that the dinosaurs were released into the general public.
Yeah.
They were like a
By
giant.
the clone of his daughter. That was, come on now.
Yeah.
The old man's daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was honestly expecting because they
Didn't
mentioned.
expect that. I was like,
I didn't either.
what
I was
on
like,
earth?
whoa.
I didn't either, but I honestly expected because they mentioned that her mom had been at the park before,
Yeah.
and I honestly thought that it was going to be the lady from the first movie,
Yeah. Something like that.
Dr. Sadler.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be her. That was going to be like the big plot twist. But no, it wasn't. The big plot twist was that the little girl that had been helping them and stuff and was a freaking clone of her supposed grandfather's daughter.
The cartoon said it'll be a week before I could see it, and then he said the first two original movies were good, then it became a bit much. I have to agree with that statement.
I saw the first one, thought it was pretty good. The second one, I've seen all of the second one, but I've never sat down and watched it from start to finish.
Yeah.
Which one is the one with Tia Leone in it? Is
With
the
who?
third one? Tia Leone?
I don't know. I've never watched the third one.
The first one's when they're. The second one is where they're actually in the city, and the Tyrannosaurus Rex gets through.
Yes.
Like it's like running around the city. The third one has William H. Macy in it.
That's what I'm thinking of. That's my dad's favorite one for whatever reason.
I like it because it has the scene with the pterodactyls in it. They actually go into like that big greenhouse type thing, and the pterodactyls are in there. And then Jurassic World was really good. I actually think I like Jurassic World, the first one, better than this one. I think if they'd have spent a little more time during the volcanic eruption part, like they said they were going to. I mean, dinosaurs are at their best when they're in the jungle and out and about and running around.
That scene was over really quickly.
I'm going to go ahead and say that this movie was nothing but a glorified setup for the next one. Because there's already a confirmed sequel for 2021. And I want to see dinosaurs out.
Yeah, that would be cool. That would be cool.
Because this was
It's
the
just
complete
that,
opposite. They were stuck in a little building.
God, you felt so bad for them.
Yes.
Like, you really did. You felt so bad for these things.
And I really thought they were going to leave there for a second, and that little girl goes and pushes the button for a I'm like, oh, just kidding.
I mean, what would you do?
Lord,
Would you have pushed the button?
You know,
or no?
I sat there and wondered what I honestly don't know. Like, I would have felt horrible.
What would you have done?
I would have felt absolutely
You would have let him go?
horrible.
Without even thinking, I'm going to let them go.
I don't know. I'd like to say that I wouldn't let him go, but I can't be 100% on that.
Because like I see where like Ian Malcolm is coming from about they should just let them die on the island.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm sorry, after I saw that one dinosaur die, and then I'm like, you know what? I can't. Like it may completely destroy the ecosystem. It might cause havoc worldwide, but those dinosaurs are gonna live.
And you also saw the relationship between Chris Pratt and
God, that was amazing.
It was. It really was.
Look, they covered that quite a bit in the first one. Yeah, I mean, not as much. They went a lot more in depth with this one.
Ray Plummer's on says hello. I haven't seen the movie, but I'm assuming it'll be like Jurassic Park 2 Lost World.
No. Well.
Not really.
Not in the real sense, but they set up for something like that at the end of this one.
When they first showed up on the island, seeing everything destroyed, I was like, wow.
You saw the first Jurassic World, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Chris Pratt he's beautiful.
I agree.
He's a very likable.
What?
I mean, he's a very likable person.
What's there not to like about Star-Lord? Give me a break here.
I will say, like, to me, there was not a heartthrob, awesome female lead in this. I'm not really attracted to that woman at all. And I mean, no offense, she just isn't my cup of tea.
She's kind of plain.
She almost reminded me of Gwyneth Paltrow from Iron Man.
Yeah, but even Gwyneth Paltrow and Iron Man had more personality than she did.
Yeah, she is.
Pepper Potts had more. You know, I think we can't fault the woman on the character. Well, it's the character. We're gonna chuck it up to that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
But yeah, I mean, The movie was great. There is a post-credit scene, which isn't a whole lot, but it still gives you a little.
It was
Makes
like
you-
10 seconds, but it was cool.
It gets you excited for the next one.
Yeah, for the next movie.
Yeah.
Um,
They were flying around Las Vegas. I don't know where they were at.
it looked like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not to mention, you really had that through the first 2/3 of the movie. The villain, that old military asshole that was
Oh God, when
collecting teeth.
he got his arm swallowed whole. Oh my God, that was
Yeah,
amazing.
They created a new. It was basically the dinosaur hybrid that they had done in the beginning at the first movie, and they mixed it with a raptor, and they called it an Indoraptor. And it was supposed. They made it as like for a military application where they could like teach it how to follow lasers and stuff to attack. And that thing was like hardcore mean. Well, it ends up getting loose, and the military guy who was, I don't even really think he's military. He looked like more of just a mercenary piece of shit. Is really what he looked
Yeah,
like.
he was a big piece of shit.
He was running around, collected teeth off the asleep dinosaurs just to be
Yeah.
a dick. And so
Yeah.
he ends up getting locked in the cage with that Indoraptor, and the thing tears his arm off, swallows it, and then kills him.
Oh, it was amazing.
It was a really satisfying scene.
God,
Why
it's
would
so
you go
freaking
in
awesome.
a cage with a dinosaur? I mean, really?
Okay.
He thought it was asleep. He shot it twice with tranquilizers.
I don't trust anything.
Like, I'll go ahead and say they probably genetically engineered that thing to not be able to be taken down with tranquilizers, because that's the first thing.
The great part is when he was trying to get it.
Oh my God, he's
And
acting
that
like he's
dinosaur,
asleep.
yes, that dinosaur kept opening the
There
shutters.
was some pretty comedic stuff in this movie.
These dinosaurs are pretty smart.
Kirkman said you would think by now they know how to contain them. Let me tell you that humans are stupid, man.
Yeah,
Why?
they really
That is
are.
very true.
Especially in movies, and this is like, it's not a scary movie per se, but it kind of is, scary / sci-fi thriller type thing. And they, like when they was running from the dinosaurs, they ran up the stairs. So,
The little girl in this movie had more sense than anybody.
She did. She
To get
surely did.
that little like laundry chute or whatever it was.
Red Plumber want to know why we got the movie early, because
Y'all.
they don't get it till Tuesday up there. Remember,
Up
he's
where?
Canada.
Canada? Both y'all are from
Yeah.
Canada? I knew Red Plumber was.
That's what Red Plumber said. He
Okay,
said he
well
don't get it till
the
Tuesday.
United States release is technically tomorrow, but all of the theaters
do premiere nights on
do
Thursday.
premiere night on Thursday. They used to do them on Thursday night at midnight, and like with Marvel putting out 2 or 3 movies a year and stuff, it became such a pain in the butt for the movie theaters to open at midnight that they just I guess the movie companies and everybody were like, just start them at 7 o'clock on Thursday instead of Friday night or Thursday night at midnight. So that's what we do. We go and see the premieres, which for us was 8 o'clock, and here we are.
Red Plumber says, and I apologize what happened last night on Mario Kart 8 Deluxe.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
He was beating them hardcore.
Yeah, we actually went online. Me and Ashley raced against him.
Yeah.
Oh.
It was great. Cartoon, where are the cats? Well, there's Juba. I don't know
Jubilee's
where
off
Logan
camera.
is.
All you gotta do is call Logan or shake the tree bag.
Kitty, kitty.
Kitty, 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 kitty. Come here, Jubes.
How about
Jubilation.
when the people are, I guess, collecting stuff for the other guy when it first opens, and they go underwater and you see that big shadow. There's
Oh,
a
God.
freaking megalodon down there.
Yep, and they let
That
it loose.
wasn't a megalodon. That was like
Well,
I
something
thought that
similar.
I thought it was megalodon. It was a big ass fish. Like it will swallow.
It had a pretty
everything.
good start. But what about at the end? That was the part that they showed during the previews,
Yeah.
during the trailer, where that thing was in the wave as they were surfing.
Yes.
That thing actually got loose at the beginning of the movie, and you never saw it again until the end when all the dinosaurs were loose.
Red Plumber says the movie is late because the plane that brings the tapes in can't because our blizzards are crazy.
Oh.
Are you being for real? Because
No.
we're in like the middle of June right now.
But he's in Canada.
I don't care. It's still summer there. It's the summer freaking solstice right now.
I know. I posted about it today.
Oh.
Did you say shaking bait? Whatever. He said LOL JK.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, that can't be right. But
Blizzards
you
are
bought that hook, line, and sinker. You
Oh, I sure did, honey. No, I didn't. I was trying to convince you otherwise.
No, that wasn't gonna happen.
Well, that happens on occasion, though. So.
But yeah, this movie. Let's give this a 1 to 10 rank, Sarah.
Oh, I give it 10.
I
liked it.
I don't know. It was good, but it's also like a little over the top. I don't know. I'm not really. I'm gonna say like 9. It's not a perfect 10. I'm really not sure how I feel about it as a whole. Like, I'm not disappointed we spent theater money, but if we had watched it on Netflix or Redbox, I would have enjoyed it at home just as much. I'm not going to discourage people from going to see it, but I'm like, if you don't, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, I'll give this movie an 8.
Yeah. That's what I almost gave it, and I felt guilty.
It was, it had some really, like, heartstring pulling parts. Like, seriously, the scene where the dinosaur dies on the island as they're sailing away is probably going to stick with me for a few weeks. Like, that's going to be the thing that I'll tell people about. And, but I mean, they did have some really good, satisfying parts. They told a really good story. Just enough callbacks to the last movie and some of the earlier stuff. Jeff Goldblum being in the movie just briefly was decent. I would have liked to have seen him have a larger role, though.
I agree with that.
Cartoon said, I think Jubilee was the one that hated everyone right for UN and tokens. Yeah, that's her.
Yes, that's her.
That's her. It's apparently 35 degrees Celsius right now.
I think that's
Canada.
actually good. Well, zero's freezing.
Cartoon said that's super hot. So I don't know. I have no idea.
He must be looking at Sarah.
Maybe. The face.
He has a fan base. But yeah, I mean, this
did
movie,
we forget anything?
Huh?
I don't think we forgot anything, did we?
No, I mean, this movie was pretty good, but I mean, go see it, especially if you're a fan of the franchise. But if you don't, it ain't gonna hurt to pick it up on like rental.
No, it won't.
It
would if we had waited and not gone to theaters and we watched this on rental. It wasn't going to be one of those.
Well, see, that really sucks because this was my most anticipated.
You
film.
were, yeah, you were.
And
I mean, I was excited too. The previews made it look good, but
I think that's the movie is not what they advertised.
No, it's not. It's one of those.
Yep, they. And honest to God, I think that's probably going to end up hurting the movie. I think.
Yeah, it's going to get a lot of internet hate. I can see
it's going to get a lot of internet hate, and I think that the second week is going to see a massive drop off because people don't want to go see it again.
Yep.
Because like for a movie to really do well, it has to have repeat viewers. This movie's going to have a big Friday, a big Saturday, and then probably by Sunday you'll start seeing massive drop offs. Because people just, I don't know. I'm not a really big fan of getting a curveball thrown at me where I expect one thing and when I get there I see another. Because the parts on the island were done really well. And then after that, I feel like the movie took a couple of points.
Yeah, it was kind of like a campy, cheesy, scary movie sequel, you know.
Well, it was almost like you go, like, somebody's like, hey, you know.
Not that that's a bad thing, it's just that's not what I was expecting.
If somebody's like, hey, you know, we're going to serve, like, you know, steak and, high dollar champagne, and then you show up and they give you like a little 2-ounce steak, and like, oh, okay, we're gonna have sirloin from that point on.
Yeah.
It's just like you go in expecting something really cool,
And
and they
then
just
you're
yank the
totally
rug
down.
out from under you.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
That was my only problem with the movie. It was just not as advertised. It was decent, but
Yeah.
just not great.
What a complete waste, but
Just go watch it and find your other thing. Because I'm just sitting here listening at this point.
I know. Poor Sarah gave it a 10, and we're just like, we didn't really care for it. She's like, shut up, y'all.
Sarah liked it. Sarah liked it. I mean, there's a lot of crap that I like, I think, that Sarah doesn't like.
Probably.
So,
I mean,
There's some stuff Lonnie doesn't like and think I forget. Like Howard the Duck.
shut up. I knew it was
we
coming.
really have to freaking bring that up.
Yes, I did.
I get paid tomorrow.
No.
Hey!
I didn't watch
You said if I bought it, you would.
it. No.
Yes, you did. Promise.
We checked that out and determined that was a lie.
No! No! Don't pull a Maury on me. That was not a lie. Anyway.
We're going to go ahead and call it out because it's late. I'm sleepy. I want to go to bed. This is Untitled Nerd Network's review of Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, the second movie in the franchise, 5th overall. And it's a decent movie.
Chris Pratt is beautiful.
Okay, anyway, I'm Lonnie.
Amberlicious.
I'm Cecilia.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux and your local Satanist. And we will be back.
Coffee. Just kidding.
Huh?
Nothing. We're ending this.
We'll be back Saturday night. Check us out Saturday night.
No, we don't live in Texas. We live in Tennessee.
I don't like.
I
I
don't
think that
know.
may have been a Hank Hill joke.
There's no trees in Texas.
But we will be back Saturday night.
Yes.
Going to be major. Check us out for the UNN Summer Concert Series. Myself, Amber, Sarah, Jordan the Wildness,
Yep.
Ashley, and I don't think we're expecting anybody else. Lindley might show up, but right now
have you
it's
heard anything?
kind of, maybe, sort of.
I guess it depends on how busy she is.
It really
Okay.
depends on her business this weekend. So, but I kind of am expecting some type of food, even if she doesn't show up, I think.
Okay.
Because she said something about she has big pans of lasagna that can feed 4.
Mhm.
I was like, oh dear God. Because that was one of the things that I've given up is vegan.
I mean,
lasagna.
to me, that's not a big deal. I hate lasagna.
It's
so.
a huge deal for me. But anyway, we'll see everybody Saturday night. We will be giving away the Nintendo Switch Saturday. That's in just 2 short days. We will be live 9 o'clock Saturday. So everybody have a good rest of the night. This has been our Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom review. We'll see everyone in 2 days.